So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here, it really is.
The famous yellow wall stands tall. This has to be one of the most iconic places in European football. As you can see, we've already started here. Sabitzer picks it up out wide. Adeyemi has fallen kindly here. Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And it's Borussia Dortmund who take the lead. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Oh, no question, that's a foul. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Good ball, good take. Out towards the flank. And it's Recalme. And here's Lo Celso. Nemecha producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness.
Might want to be careful there.
That's a cute ball. That has been cut short. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Anton. Anthony. That's a sharp pass. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, super ball! Goes for a shot! Oh, he's been caught napping!
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And he's there to clear it. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Ryerson. Borussia Dortmund upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
They've played it short. Now this could be a chance. Opts to play it back. And now they can spring out of defence. Isco charging forward, the ball at his feet. Looking for the run. He's having a shot! And he hits the net. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Lo Celso. Oh, well played, well played. Sabitzer. Ryerson aims beyond the defence. It's Sabitzer. Now it's Girassi. Great defending, strong and determined. Lo Celso. Llorente. Good running, strong and purposeful. Amrabat. Lo Celso. Anton. Lo Celso gets a foot in here. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Now it's Girassi. And the pass is intercepted. And it's Isco. He's on it. Can he get away? Can he get it through? Now it's Anthony. Played in with purpose. Anton. Ryerson. Knocks it into space. Nathan gets across to intercept that. Now he's off and running. Sabitzer. Nemecha. Girassi is onto this. And it's made its way to him. And the shot! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And they're back in front. And we've reached half-time. So engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. Neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
And we are already promptly back underway.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team.
He's had a shot! Sticks it away! What remarkable powers of recovery!
Wow, this is so good. I mean, seriously good. They're putting on quite a show here for us.
His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Amrabat. For Isco. Now it's Lo Celso. That is good alertness. Ryerson. Can he get on the end of this? Not much subtlety about that challenge. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Diego Llorente kept his eye on it, and he's there.
Well, I'm hoping for a nice open second half now. It's there to be won. Well, he was given the time and room, and
there's the shot! It's in! And the comeback is complete! Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Amrabat is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
Well, I think the referee would have told him to rein it in or suffer the consequences. Borussia Dortmund really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Somewhat off target.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
It's played through for him. This looks promising. Anthony! And that's caused a worry or two. Vincent Baini. Nemecha. He's in a great position here. Borussia Dortmund are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Lo Celso with a real chance here. Picked out brilliantly. He's on it, can he? And the finish! It's a goal! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. That was a given, it always was.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They played...
That could spell trouble.
That was lovely, that.
Nemecha. Gerassi. Very nicely done. Oh, well played. Pablo Fornals. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And it's made its way to him. Oh, that's neat. Lo Celso.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Looking to play him in. That's been cut out, well played. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Lo Celso. Tries to dink it through. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Nemecha. Sabitzer. Looking for options for movement. Brilliantly cut out. No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Sabitzer. And the number on the board is 3. Oh, that's a key interception. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
It is a deep, deep sea of yellow, beautifully effervescent yellow. That is what you're faced with when you come to Dortmund. And already we're underway here. Well, this formation was traditionally considered a bit defensive, but now very much back in vogue due to some pretty well-known proponents, Jim.
Yeah, the 3-5-2 has been used by some of the biggest and most successful teams around, Peter. You know, one of its key strengths is the fact that it's well suited to playing out from the back. And I think you'd have to have a look at the wing-backs in that manner, because they can get forward with ease. And you can create overloads because you're not going to get teams pressing defenders in 3s and 4s. So if you've got centre-backs too that are capable on the ball, this system is a great fit.
And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Just eases him off the ball, looking for the run. And he welcomes it in. Decent chance! It's there!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
So the game's Bakambu! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stops. Cedric Bakambu
deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Llorente. Looking here to chip it through. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Oh, nice touch. Oh, strongly challenged there. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And he's picked it up out wide.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Chan. And it's made its way to him. That is good, super running, sharp movement, came up against a defender though who was ever so determined. And this is Isco, passing is crisp. Big chance! Goal! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
So smooth, a signature finish.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead, and how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
That has certainly made things interesting.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. He's in a great position here. Pablo Fornals. Oh, super chance, surely! They've done it! And the comeback is complete!
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
To be expected.
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, it's fallen loose again! And yes, it's there! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Played in. There's the header! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different. Borussia Dortmund have reclaimed it. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. And he cuts out the supply. Nemecha. It's a really well-measured ball. Passes coming off in quick succession here. This looks promising. Tries to play it through. Pablo Fornals. And it's Isco. Now Riquelme.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Now it's Bakambu.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Chan. And the whistle goes for half-time.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Well, that has been a goal-blessed half. It is 3-1. And we are already promptly back underway. And it's Brandt. Oh, that's a key interception. Well read, nice interception. Oh, they could break here. Amrabat. Nicely shaped ball. He's got away. Plenty to aim at here. Oh, this looks sharp. Chan. Brandt. Girassi receives it in a good position here. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. And here's Bakambu.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the count.
Chance for a shot! He scores!
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
Number 9.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Benzabaini.
The attendance for this match was 60,179.
Well played. That has snuffed out the danger.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
No, that's been intercepted. Chan. Nemecha. Now Anton.
Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way.
And now the breakaway. Tries to pass it through. Borussia Dortmund can breathe again, just.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given.
Substitution.
Borussia Dortmund really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Good ball. Goes for a shot! And he hits the net. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now.
Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
So the lead now is 2.
They've seen the light, and the opposition have been left in the dark.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Chan. Baini. He's had it taken off him. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Ryerson. Diego Llorente spots it and intercepts. Ryerson. Mark Roca. Lo Celso. That's good running with the ball. Probing pass. Chan. Has a look and plays it forward. Isco. Brandt, who does have an assist to his name. Isco. And the shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, he's been caught napping!
Has been indicated.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Well, that is one way to stop him. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. There could be trouble here. But for now, the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range. Girassi thinks about the shot. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. He's shooting! And we're done. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity.